Hi everyone, Elizabeth Shreckhise, Director of Camp Alleghany here. In 1922, several momentous events happened. The Lincoln Memorial was dedicated, Wimbledon Court opened, Reader's Digest was created, the BBC began operations, the tomb of King Tut was discovered in Egypt, and on today's date, June 10th, 1922, the actress Judy Garland was born. But the most important event of 1922, in my humble opinion, was that Camp Alleghany opened her doors for the first time to a group of young women eager to spend 8 weeks on the banks of the Greenbrier River, living in harmony with nature, growing in independence and confidence, learning new skills, and developing lasting friendships. And for almost 100 years, Alleghany has successfully continued to serve girls and young women in that very way. While we have never had a cancellation, we have certainly had our fair share of obstacles and challenges over the past century. Yet with each of these challenges, we have grown stronger and wiser to become the operation we are today, a place for girls to grow in confidence, leadership, and love. Many of you have not yet experienced the Gainey magic, while many others have been coming to camp for years. Whether this was to be your first summer or 8th summer, or you spent many summers in your past at camp, Alleghany has touched all of our hearts in a deeply special way. And that is why it is so difficult to announce that for the first time in our 99-year history, we are not able to hold camp this summer. Our hearts are absolutely broken over this decision. We know that this will come as devastating news to most of you, and believe me, it is absolutely devastating for me and my team as well. It's okay to feel sad and even angry. Give yourself permission to grieve this loss. It's difficult to express in words just how devastating this process has been, as I have wanted so badly to provide the camp experience for all our Gainey girls this summer. I also want you to know how hard we work to make this happen. We are at a time when camp is needed more than ever, and I advocated tirelessly for this for the past 3 months. I've held out hope every day that our 99th summer at camp would be possible. I spent countless days and sleepless nights working through every possible scenario on how to make this work, either within the West Virginia guidelines or seeking permission to operate camp under our own set of restrictions. I consulted medical firms to explore ways for all our campers and staff to get tested. I personally lobbied West Virginia Governor Jim Justice and other state legislators through letters, emails, and phone calls. I pored over guidelines and suggestions from the CDC, the American Camp Association, and the West Virginia Department of Health. And I consulted with experts and camp colleagues and followed the science closely. Through all of this, I've put on my Gainey girl can-do attitude and thought of how camp could adapt and make it through with various safety measures in place. In the end, we couldn't justify trying to run a true program under the extreme limitations and restrictions being put on summer camp programs, not only in West Virginia but across the country. Not only would it be taxing on our staff and counselors, but it would permeate the summer with an atmosphere of tension and fear, and that is not camp. That is not the authentic Alleghany experience that we promise to provide for our campers and staff each year. We waited so long to decide about camp because we hoped that maybe a tide would turn on policy and guidelines, and we didn't want to make a decision in March or even May about something that might be pushed back to July. So to finally get this announcement just when the world is in a phased reopening and people are starting to gather again might seem strange. In fact, West Virginia is allowing gatherings of 100 people now, and you may know that West Virginia's Governor Jim Justice did just announce this week that camps are permitted to operate this summer, including overnight camps. However, he has put forth a strict set of guidelines for summer camps, including stating that social distancing must still be practiced and excessive interactions among campers must be prevented. In reviewing these guidelines and considering the extent of social distancing and physical barriers that are recommended, we're confronted with an untenable camp scenario. We simply can't meet our Alleghany mission under these circumstances, nor can we pivot on a dime to reconfigure the facilities to manage all the new barriers and distancing infrastructure. I know that many longtime Gainey strong girls out there will feel that the obstacles can't stop us. It's okay, we can do this. I know you want to come to camp or send your child no matter what, and I really feel that. My heart is right there with you, and I wish it could be different. But when I look at following those guidelines that would be necessary for us to hold camp, I know that it could not be the authentic, vibrant, loving, and engaged camp experience we promised to provide at Alleghany. Our camp world is one where girls can grow in confidence, safely explore activities and goals and movement and laughter and ease, and where campers can develop deep and lasting friendships with new and old friends and the role models that are their counselors. While in many ways I feel defeated, I'm choosing to view this decision as a way of honoring Camp Alleghany and her true ideals. Social distancing goes against our camp values. We are social beings. We need to be with each other. Social and emotional connection and growth are what we do at camp. It's who we are, and it's who we will be. Camp Alleghany isn't going anywhere. We've been here for almost a century, and we are coming up on our 100th anniversary and have generations of support from alumni and families near and far. We will still be here for you, and we will be stronger than ever. We look forward to seeing you at camp for summer 2021, where we can gather together without fear, sing at the top of our lungs, enjoy family-style meals, sit around the campfire together, and put our arms around each other to sing "Here's a Health" to our Camp Alleghany, enjoying camp to the fullest. A specific note to this summer's JCs, LITs, and 15s. We see you, and we want to talk to you about ways to give you the experience that you are missing this summer. Please review the FAQ on our website and look for some communication from me, Casey, and Teresa. I want to add a personal note that going through this process for these several months has been yet another life lesson, and it's safe to say you're never too old for life lessons. Sometimes you just don't get what you try for, no matter how hard you try, and that's where I am right now. I personally feel confident that we could run a safe program this summer with certain protocols and procedures in place that wouldn't take away from the authenticity of the camp program. And I feel that camp is what kids need more than ever right now. But I am up against authorities with more decision-making power than I have. Sometimes in life, what you think is best, right, and doable may not be what others think is best, right, or doable. And this is one of those difficult life lessons, the very type of life lesson we work through and learn from at camp. Sometimes we simply have to face and accept disappointment. So what does all this mean? It means I know there will be multiple points of view regarding our decision, and I know there will be disagreements. Some people watching this video will think that canceling camp during the pandemic is absolutely the right thing to do. Others watching will disagree, believing the right thing would be to open. What does right even mean? Right for whom? The way I look at it is both scenarios are right. Just as with all the other decisions being made right now in public policy and procedures, people might take sides and feel their side's view very strongly. Such passion has resulted in some distressing outcomes. One of the most disappointing things to me is the shaming taking place in our world right now. You see it online, in person, on social media, shaming for decisions people are making right now that they feel are right. But shaming is not something we do at Alleghany. We uplift, we hold each other in the light, we respect, we honor, and we're loyal. How do Gainey girls handle situations when there are disagreements or different beliefs? We listen, we learn, we respect our differences, even when we may disagree. So, my challenge to you, Gainey girls of all generations, and anyone watching, is for you to be a Gainey girl in the world right now. In everything you do, listen, learn, respect others' beliefs, opinions, and decisions, even if you disagree. Know that most people are just doing the best they can right now, making decisions that they believe to be the best for them right now, which may or may not be something that you would choose to do, and that's okay. Please don't fall into the trap of shaming others for their decisions, whether in person, on social media, over text, passively, assertively, or even in the privacy of your hearts and thoughts. Be a Gainey girl. Confidently live out your choice and your beliefs, knowing that you are making the best decisions for you. Instead of being a victim or feeling helpless, think about what you can do, what you are in control of, and what you are able to do. Ask yourself, how can I keep myself mentally and physically healthy? How can I help others in need? What can I do to do my part? How can I spread love? How can I be respectful and understanding? How can I be a friend? Be a Gainey girl. In the end, we can only control our own actions, thoughts, and beliefs, and we can listen, learn, respect, and disagree in a loving way. And that's what it means to be a Gainey girl.
Bless this camp, O Lord, we pray. Keep it safe both night and day. Bless these timbers straight and tall, and keep us safe from dangers all. Give us strength and courage true, that we may abide with you. Keep our campfire burning bright, and make its flame Allegheny's light. Good night, my God is watching o'er you. Good night, his presence goes before you. Good night, and I'll be praying for you. So good night.